Hi, I'm Rachel Sussman. I'm a licensed therapist and a relationship expert, and I'm here with About.com. I'm going to give you some tips to make you a better communicator in your marriage. When you're starting a relationship and that love bath is flowing through your brain, all those happy, healthy hormones are being released, just everything, it's a very magical time. Things go very naturally with a couple. Usually in the first 6 months of a relationship, there are not a lot of problems. When a couple is communicating well, I call it positive dialoguing. Unfortunately, not every couple understands how to use the art of positive dialoguing. So first I want to give you a few basic rules. Rule number 1 is everyone should have a chance to tell their story, to be able to explain what's going on with them. And rule number 2 is you have to listen and not interrupt. Now I'm going to give you some tips for keeping the conversation going in the right direction. Tip number 1 is be sure when you're approaching your husband or your wife that you speak in what I call an I statement. That means that you're going to describe how their behavior affects you as opposed to blaming. For example, let's say your wife forgot to pay a bill. Instead of saying, how could you have forgotten to pay that bill? Do you know what's going to happen to us now? I mean, that's a very accusatory statement, and that's just going to make your partner defensive. But when you speak in I statements and you're talking about how you feel, your partner isn't going to feel attacked. The next tip is to make sure that you express yourself in brief, concise statements. Say 2 or 3 sentences, watch the clock, and don't go on and on and on. My third tip is after you've made your statement, sit back and give your partner time to think it through and to respond. Let them speak, give them time, and don't interrupt. It's very disrespectful when you interrupt. After your partner says their piece, even if you don't agree with it, you have to validate it. Because everyone has a right to their opinion. It might not be your opinion, but it's your husband's opinion or your wife's opinion, and you're married to that person, so that opinion's important. Anyone can learn to be a good communicator. You just have to follow the tips that I gave you and keep practicing. Be sure to practice these tips not just during arguments, but during any conversation at all. Thanks for watching. To learn more, visit us on the web at About.com.